my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be taking you through a hamstrings and glutes focused workout, and I'm going to be here with you every step of the way, so don't you worry. I'm going to start off with some activations. We've got compound lifts, there's deadlifts, there's hip thrusts, all of my favorite exercises. So don't forget to comment and tell me which other videos you would like to see, what you think of this one. Subscribe and turn on your notification button. You can find more workouts on my Instagram, which I'm going to link in right there if I got that right. So yeah, let's get going. To start off today's session, we are going to be doing a quick glutes activation. Now, these don't have to be any longer than 5 minutes, but are really important to do before lifting any weights. This is just to make sure you've fully woken up your glutes after your warm-up so they're ready for the workout ahead. If you spend a lot of time in the seated position, just like I do, this can really make your glutes weak and inactive. So these moves really make sure your boot is strong and prepared for the burn that's coming. These moves can be done as a completely separate workout, but for today's session, I want you to really focus your mind-muscle connection, as this is exactly what's going to be needed throughout this workout. It's important you keep your core engaged throughout these moves and you keep breathing. I'm using my TaKeepFit resistance band to do all these moves today, but of course you can try these body weights too. These are game-changing exercises, remember I told you. We're going to be doing each move for 10 reps per leg, and we're going to do 2 to 3 sets. With every single one of these exercises, I really want you to take it nice and slow so you can really feel that contraction in your glutes, exactly where we're going to be targeting today. Now, I've got a little treat for you. If you want to join my TaKeepFit family, here's 10% off absolutely everything on my website. There's barbell pads, resistance bands, and even online programs where you can train alongside with me, so feel free to join the family. So to finish off our glute activation today, we have the famous glute bridge. Now, I have a really love-hate relationship with this movement, but it really does what it needs to do. So we've got 2 different variations that we're going to be doing, the normal glute bridge, and then we're going to be doing it on our hands in a tabletop position, just to make sure we're getting the whole spectrum of our glutes. Now, I've got a little treat for you. If you want to join my TaKeepFit family, here's my website. You get 10% off your first order, so feel free to grab your resistance bands, your barbell pads, your water bottles, and join the fam. If you are doing these exercises as a completely separate workout, or you even just want to make it a little bit more challenging for yourself, feel free to add in a few more reps or even go an extra set. There's no harm in doing that extra piece of work to make your glutes extra peachy. So now that we're finished with the warm-up, we can actually get into the workout itself, which we're going to be doing together. Let's go. I always like to start my sessions off with a bang, so first up we have deadlifts. Now, the great thing about this move is you have so many different variations, but for the purpose of today's video, as we're targeting our hamstrings, our glutes, we will be doing a stiff leg deadlift. Here's a few form tips before getting into the actual movement. As you can see, I start off with a slight bend in my knees, sending my hips to the back of the room before lifting the load. I'm hinging my hips back, bracing my core before contracting my glutes and bring myself up to a full stand. I never, ever, ever over hyperextend. This is where you send your hips overly forward, and this can cause you to have lower back injuries or even lose your balance. And here's me hyping myself up for the next set. Let me know in the comments who's your favorite artist to listen to in the gym at the moment. Now, the next big thing I need to tell you is please do not copy me with my weights. It's taken me years to get to where I am, and as you can see here, I've actually failed, which is okay. All you've got to do, drop the weight down and try again. One common question I always get asked about is my hand positioning. Again, it's entirely down to you, whether you have one hand facing you, one hand inverted, or even have both palms facing yourself. It's down to your comfortability once again. I personally prefer to have one hand inverted just because when it goes over a certain weight, I feel much more secure in lifting the bar. Another thing I want you to focus on is how far you travel down with the bar. Now, it's entirely up to you. You'll need to find your happy medium without compromising your form. Moving on to the next movement, you have your king and queen of glute movements, which is your classic hip thrust. Now, when it comes to the hip thrust, listen, this movement can be ultra uncomfortable and it can be a little uncertain for some. So I'm going to make it as simple as possible for you. I'm about 5'3", and for me that means the bench can't be overly high. I always recommend you get your shoulder blades just above the bench, so roughly around where your bra strap area is. This was my final set, and just to make it a little bit more spicy and to get that extra push, I decided to add in a pulse as well as a hold at the end of the reps, and as you can see, it really done its job. Moving on, we have hamstring curls. Now, usually I would use the machine that's specifically made for hamstring curls, but unfortunately it was in use, so I had to come up with the alternative and use the leg extension. Now, I've done it in reverse, and please do not underestimate this because it really does give much more of a burn as you're focusing on one hamstring at a time. I've had to pop a plate underneath just for me to stand on, just because of my height. If you're tall enough and you feel comfortable enough not to have it there, then that's fine. To finish off our session today, we have a killer superset. Now, a superset is where you perform 2 exercises back to back with little to no rest. The beauty of these is it's a form of progressive overload. This is where there's a load of intensity and a load of volume. This is really going to give us that final push on our hamstrings and our glutes. One thing I really want you guys to focus on while doing these movements is to take it nice and slow and have it under control. Because they're all on one leg each, it's really going to take a lot of stability. So the movements that we're doing is a reverse lunge and a single leg deadlift. Now, I've elevated our legs in the reverse lunge just to give us that extra emphasis on the glutes. And we're going to work one leg at a time before moving on to the next movement. Another thing to notice is when I'm doing the reverse lunges is I'm getting my knee as low as possible to the ground. It's really going to put some more emphasis on top of the glute. And now we have the partner of our superset, the single leg deadlift. Now, I'm going to be totally honest with you guys, these are really hard and do put a lot of emphasis on your hamstrings and your glutes, but they are the perfect finishing set. Once again, I've decided to use a weight to give me that extra fire in my session. But of course, you're more than welcome to try these body weights if these are too hard for you. But if you are deciding to use a weight, when doing this movement, it's really important to hold the weight in the opposite hand to your working leg. So again, it really helps you with the stability. So there you have it. That's our hamstrings and glutes workout complete. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did and you actually found something helpful and useful out of it. If you want more workouts like this, please let me know in the comments and follow me on Instagram for more workouts.